welcome to BanjoBenClark.com. This is your home to learn how to play mandolin and guitar. This week is banjo, not just banjo, this is melodic banjo. We're going to learn a very straight ahead version of Red Hair Boy, one of my favorite tunes. It's a great old fiddle tune. But not only are we going to learn the melodic style, we're going to talk about how we get our melodic notes and how we play them in different positions versus if we were to play the banjo like a guitar or maybe like a mandolin would. So this is a great lesson. It's about 20 minutes. If you're watching over on Facebook or maybe you're watching on YouTube, here in a moment I'll ask you to come over to the website BanjoBenClark.com. You can go there. If you join as a Gold Peak member, you can have access to hundreds of videos like this one, about a 20-minute lesson, but you also get access to all my tabs. I've got a melodic tab for this, and then I have the single string version for this as well that you might want to check out. Then I've got 3 different speeds of MP3 rhythm tracks that you can download and practice along with me. Okay, let's jump into the A part of Red Hair Boy. Let's learn some melodic banjo. Today we're going to learn a very straight ahead melodic version of Red Hair Boy. You know, Red Hair Boy is typically played in the key of A. That's a fiddle friendly tune. That's what we're going to play it in today. I'm tuned to a standard G tuning, but I'm capoed up to the 2nd fret. That brings us up to A. And then I've got our 5th string spiked underneath the 7th fret. That brings it up to an A note. So my notes are these. Makes an A chord. Now this is a melodic style, and that just simply means we're going to present the notes in such a way that as a fiddle or a mandolin might present it, more in a linear style versus the Scruggs style that's also very popular. Now let's go ahead and throw the first line of tab up here. You'll notice that beneath each one of the notes I have our pick hand indications. So a T would be your thumb, 1 would be your index, 2 would be your middle. Now our thumb, as is common with melodic style, is going to be very busy. It's actually going to play 4 out of the 5 strings today, so you'll want to pay attention to where that thumb is being used. Now this is a fiddle tune, as I mentioned, so it's got a very typical fiddle tune structure. We have an A part that's 8 bars long, and then it repeats it. Then we have a B part that's 8 bars long, and it repeats that. Now the first 2 measures that I have here for you is just a simple intro, just to help you establish the tempo if you were to play this. And then measure 3, we get into the actual melody. Now the intro is pretty simple. We're just going to slide from 4th to 5th fret as we do a forward roll. 2 more notes, then measure 2. We're just going to walk chromatically down to this melody note. Now I'm going to use a hammer-on right here at the beginning of measure 3, and that's the only hammer-on or slide, or we don't have any slides or pull-offs in this whole arrangement outside of that intro. We just simply have this little hammer-on. We're going to hammer open to 2nd fret. We want to make that crisp, and you know what? I would do it with my index finger because we're going to have to move quickly, because we're going to play the G string next, and then we're going to jump up and grab the 7th fret of that low D string. So that's a pretty quick move. So if you want to just practice those first 4 notes, it sounds like this. Now this note that we're grabbing up here on the 7th fret, that's a note that can also be found on the 2nd fret of this 3rd string. But we're going to, because we want to keep it smooth and we don't want that choppy sound, we're going to jump up and play it up there. Now I do have tabs for you on the tab page, if you're a Gold Peak member, of these exact same notes that we're doing in our melodic style, written out in a single string style, just so you can compare and see where I get these notes. We're going to play those exact same notes, except melodically. You can hear how much smoother that is. So we've got those first 4 notes in measure 3. And then I want you to, we're just going to hover in this position for about 4 measures. And we're going to use our index finger right now for the 5th frets. And the last 2 notes in measure 3, we have a 2nd string, and then the 5th fret of the 3rd. And then here in measure 4, we are going to jump up and use our thumb on that 2nd string. The first little lick in measure 4 sounds like this. If you never played melodically before, it's going to sound weird because we're playing high notes, even though we're playing a lower string. Okay, so let me just play measures 3 and 4 for you. here's what I would encourage you to do stylistically, is to hold these frets down until the next note is played. That's how we make it sound smooth. If you let off on them too quick, it sounds like this. We don't want that. So that'll take a little bit of practice, but as we get into measure 5,